Paparazzi here, talking ball cards. Big mail day. Got the SGC bulk order back. I say bulk, but I still paid just their standard rate. Hold on, I thought I had this box buttered up, but I guess not. It's $10 per card, and we got their standard here, boxes in a box. Hold on. Clearing much packaging. We have a separate bubble wrapped package here. And then we got one box and two. Okay, this is the second order that I've sent to SGC. I did peek at the grades, couldn't help myself. I took a look. There are some grades that I'm certainly quite happy with. There's some others that I was a little surprised or, rather like disappointed with. Let's go ahead and tackle this guy first. I can see one card right off the bat. It's the old Red Man tobacco card I sent in. Okay. All right. Okay. Lots of rubber banding. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, lots of rubber bands. Okay. More rubber bands. Let's set this here. And then these. Okay. Okay. Well, we got this rolling here. So I'm going to take a look at my invoice here. I had these delivered on January 4th, and they're just coming back. So about a month, door to door, 54 cards. So, okay, we could go ahead and just get right into it. Again, some disappointments, some others that I'm very happy with. So we got a Red Man tobacco card here, starting it off. This is their first, a larger holder here. 1955 Red Man, Duke Snider. Got a 2.5 with tab. This is my first time putting hands on their bigger holders that they have here, like probably their medium size. I'm, based on the condition, I'm surprised it got a 2.5. Really happy about that. I was thinking more like a 1.5. So I'd say that's a plus. Here we go. 65 Joe Morgan rookie card. Got a 2.5. That's another grade I'm happy with. Yeah. Centering issues. Has a bit of a crease here. Joe Morgan rookie in a 2.5. Let's see. What do we got here? I got a Yaz. A 66 Yaz. Got a 6.5. This was a very pleasant surprise. Centering is pretty good, but based on the corner wear, let's bring them close here. Based on the corner wear, I was anticipating a 5. So very happy with that. Nice card, 66 Yaz. Let's see here. 69 Banks, got a 4. Based on how sharp this card is and how well centered it is, I was surprised that it got a 4. It does have a small wrinkle here on this corner. Can't really see it. You need oblique lighting to notice it, but nice card in a 4. Okay, so let's get into our boxes. Oh, they're even SGC branded now. I don't remember if my first order had an SGC box in a box that was branded like that. Let's see here. Okay. So, got some more rubber banding here. All right. Let's get that box out of the way here. It's kind of interesting how they do this. They'll put the first 1 or 2 top cards kind of in a sleeve. Not sure what the... I understand when they're putting an invoice in it, but I'm not sure what the deal is for why when there isn't paperwork. Anyways. Okay, I feel like this may be one of the first disappointments. Willie Mays, 68. Got a 3. Actually, this is not. This is actually per expectation. This fine white line that you can see there, that's a break in the surface. So happy to see a 3 on that. That is a good grade, and I kind of just wanted to see how SGC would treat that. I'm happy with a 3 for that card, certainly. Got a 55 Bowman here, Nellie Fox, as you can tell. Definitely some wax on the back here. Got a 4.5. I feel that's a fair grade and a nice card, relatively sharp. I'm collecting a lot of these 55 Bowman. I already have one in a PSA holder, and so I thought this would be a good candidate to send to my buddies at SGC. Whitey Ford, as you can see, this card is considerably smaller. This card was in I think it was a BVG 2.5 holder, and this is definitely one of the first disappointments. Got an authentic. So, one of my understandings was that SGC would provide numerical grade to cards that are factory cut, but if they're cut short, so minimum size, or if they're cut a little crooked, so miscut by how PSA would designate it, my understanding is that they would give a numerical grade. But I guess SGC has their limitations on how, on when they will still grant a numerical number. I do wish that they would, define it and give, a measurement or a tolerance that they'll allow. But unfortunately, it seems that that's still a subjective thing that these third-party graders do instead of objective, where they'd actually give a specific number. So an authentic there. No idea what I'm going to do with these authentic cards. If I'm going to snap them, if I'm going to resub them, I honestly don't know. Fence Busters card, 5.5. Really sharp card. I was hoping it would do better than a 5.5, but it does have what appears to be, you can't even see it in the holder. I would say the tiniest hairline or spider web wrinkle that you have ever seen. It is a very, very faint wrinkle. So 5.5, happy with that. That's nice. 89 score football. So this got a little out of order from the way I submitted it, but that's fine. This is a Derek Thomas rookie, not a high value card. Ended up with a 9. That's great, Mint. When you submit a card like this, you want a 9 or better. I was hoping for a 10. I thought it did have a chance at a 10. Centering looks, well, now that I'm looking at it in the holder, it's maybe 60-40 down here on this bottom portion. So a 9 on the Derek Thomas rookie. Deion Sanders, so this is a Deion Sanders rookie here, Neon Deion, got a 9.5, a Mint plus. This kind of exemplifies another thing I like about SGC. They have a 9.5. PSA will not give a 9.5, so I think the 9.5 is a nice way to to work out stuff that's in between. I mean, there really can be cards that are in between. I think this is a perfect example of it. So 9.5. Raw, this card's, you know, I picked this up, I think, raw for like $4. Graded in a 9.5. That's, you know, that's closer to, I believe, like a $40 or a $50 card. So I don't normally talk about, like, you know, investment or, you know, whether or not it was a good return on investment, because I really don't sell many cards. But anyways, a nice one. Okay. Got a Furillo 51 Bowman. Yeah, these cards really are quite out of order, but that's okay. All right. Got a 5. So, excuse me. 51 Bowman Furillo. This card in particular is one that is considerably miscut. It was deemed miscut by PSA, and it's easy to see why. That top edge slopes up and to the left here considerably. But SGC does grant, you know, numerical grades to vintage cards that are miscut. But as we'll see later in this order, I guess they have some limitations. So we're going to find out here in a second as we work our way through this. But nice card that was rejected by PSA as miscut that SGC has slabbed for me and given it a 5, even with this diamond cut, you know, even with this card that is diamond cut. Other than that, great eye appeal on this card, and relatively well centered other than the, you know, the diagonal edges. Okay, Monte Irvin, 53 Topps, wax on the back, got a 2.5. Happy with that. I'd assume, you know, my expectation was around a 2. So I'm happy with that. Still a decently centered card with pretty good appeal, eye appeal, in my opinion. What do we got here? 71 McCovey, got a 5. I think, you know, my rationale for submitting this, I just wanted to see how SGC treated 71 Topps. You know, it's a very condition-sensitive set for obvious reasons, the black borders and whatnot. So a 5 on the McCovey. We got another 55 Bowman here, Bobby Thompson. As you could see, these cards on the back are kind of notorious for being miscut. And I think that's why I sent it to SGC. Wasn't sure how they were going to treat this one. And Bobby Thompson got a 5.5. So very happy with that grade, especially considering some of the chipping that is here and common with these 55 Bowmans. Bobby Thompson, 55. I think I have a couple more too. Let's see. Richie Ashburn. Yeah, so Richie Ashburn, 55. This card centered nicely. Got a 3.5. That definitely exceeds my expectations by about a half grade or so. I was anticipating about a 2 on this, a 2.5 rather. But happy with that, Richie Ashburn. Okay, another Monte Irvin here. This is a 55, I believe. Yep, 55. Got a 2.5. Some serious centering issues here. But a nice card. Nice eye appeal, I would say, and colors that really pop. So, second Monte Irvin in this order here. Johnny Padres. This is, I believe, his a second or a third year card for him in this 55 Topps. Got a 5. Very happy with that. Some of the wear I was anticipating closer to a 4. I'm so happy with that. Okay, moving on here. Yogi, 58 Yogi Berra. This card here, it looks like someone at some point drew a 61 or 60 something, maybe a 67. And it looks like maybe there's an attempt at erasing it. That wasn't done by me. So I received the card like this. Got a 2. And, you know, it's relatively nicely centered here on the front. And still a nice card. And, you know, this is one that if it were to go to PSA, because of what's on the back there, it would receive an MK for Mark qualifier. Definitely here one of the nicer cards in the order. 59 Mickey Mantle. Got a 2.5, and that is a grade that I'm happy with. If you remember earlier, there's a 68 Mays, and it had very similar issue to what this card has here. There's kind of a break in the surface here. This card has a little more accelerated corner wear, but a 2.5 Mantle with pretty good eye appeal, in my opinion. A 2.5, a good plus. Okay, Roger Maris here. This is a 61 Topps, and I believe it was a PSA kickback for miscut. And it received an authentic. So it seems to me that SGC, you know, this is one of the cards where they quote unquote drew the line and said perhaps this cut is too bad or too far miscut to assign a straight grade to it. And let me double check this invoice here and see if there's any notes. It does have the grades on the invoice from SGC. Let's see. So for cards that are graded A, there are no notes. So I don't have any notes here. So the only other time that I received an A, well, there's a few more in this order. But previously when I received an A, it was for an authentic card that was altered. And they provided a note that said there was evidence of trim. So, you know, this card, this isn't a high value card or anything, but it kind of makes me rethink my process when it comes to if I'm going to, you know, continue to submit cards to SGC that I believe are miscut slightly or minimum size requirement, because can't believe I'm going to say this, one of the perks of PSA is that they would send that card back to me and, you know, sticker it as miscut, but they would not charge me. So SGC charged me $10 to mark that card as authentic, which isn't, you know, news to me. I know it's authentic. But anyways, speaking of other cards that are frustrating in this order, another card that is deemed authentic. And I honestly don't think that this cut is that terrible. Yeah, maybe I'm missing something. But Frank Robinson, I would say that this card is just slightly miscut, but another authentic. I'm going to follow up with them and see if I can't get kind of an answer. We'll see. Probably going to get put on hold. But I have not tried calling SGC. I've only emailed them a few times. 63 Mantle card, but this is the Bombers' best. Got a 2.5. This card has many, many surface wrinkles, so 2.5 I'm very happy with. Mantle card, I feel like they should always be slabbed. This is Tom Tresh, Mantle, and Bobby Richardson. Good guy that signs TTM. Killebrew, this is his 64 Topps in a 5. That about aligns with expectation. Nice card there. Let's see here. Pete Rose. This is his Rookie Cup card. So arguably his most popular card. Yeah, authentic. This one, I know what they're going to tell me, that it is miscut, and there is some. This line, or this edge, is not straight. As you can see here, it's slightly wider there. And so, you know, I was going to pull up the 51 Furillo Bowman card as a point of comparison. That has, you know, an angle in it that's considerably more dramatic than this. So I just don't understand why this card would not be, deserving of a straight grade. Whereas another card that can be so diamond cut or miscut that it still gets a straight grade. So this is a card I'm assuming I will snap. Maybe I'll resub it to PSA. I don't know. Maybe I'll send it back to the SGC. I don't know. Here's a card with some obvious wear issues. This is a 64 Topps Venezuelan card. Got a 1. That makes sense. 1 makes sense. That is not the camera that's out of focus. The actual image registry is out of focus. So it's that is not the camera. So it got a 1. I'm fine with that. That's exactly what I expected. I like these Topps Venezuelan cards. Speaking of, here's Yogi's 64. This is, people will say that, I have the best PSA 1 or the best SGC 1 that you've ever seen of this card. And this is not it. These Topps Venezuela cards they're well loved. I'll say that. Well collected and shared. Tape, glue, some pen marks, you name it. Still a cool card there in my opinion. Okay, here we go. I believe this is, another 64, I think. Friendly Foes, this is McCovey and Leon Wagner. See some pen marks, there's some more tape residue. PSA 1, Topps Venezuelan. I just feel like, when you have a Hall of Famer and it's a Topps Venezuelan card that survived that long, I think it's deserving of being enshrined or, put in a safe place. 64 Topps Venezuela Lou Brock. This one received an authentic. Not sure why. Again, there's no notes this time around. I think you could make the case that the Berra card is rougher, but that still got a 1. And then the Brock got an authentic. So I'll see if I can't get some notes on these. Like I said, I won't hold my breath, but I'm interested. So I was wondering, why do they use these sleeves? Anyways, so this is 64 Topps Venezuelan Jim Bunning. It's in much nicer condition, and SGC agreed in a 4, which is just awesome. You rarely see, so I would say the Topps Venezuelan cards that I showed earlier, those are more characteristic of, Topps Venezuelan cards. This is a much nicer example. Centered relatively well. Decent corners. Jim Bunning in a 4. This is a highlight from the order, in my opinion. In a 4, that's pretty strong. Okay, one more box. Let's see here. Okay. Let's have a sip of Modelo here, not a sponsor. Awesome. Not a sponsor. If anyone listens to the Joe Rogan podcast, occasionally they'll talk about products and they'll say, oh yeah, not a sponsor though. Let's see here. This one doesn't want to come as peacefully. All right. More rubber bands, more sleeves. Okay. Rubber bands battled. All right. Okay. 66 rows, 5.5. That's another grade I'm definitely happy with. Funny thing, I believe I have this in a PSA 5.5. So, 66 Pete Rose. Here we have a Fergie Jenkins rookie in a 3. Centering's, well, in this case, this top to bottom is good, but left to right, it's very close to miscut. In a 3, Catfish Hunter. This is his 66. In a 4. Moving a little quicker here. I want to try and keep it under a half hour. Oh, Kurt Flood. Okay, so this is a 66, and this is, this is another Venezuela card. Kurt Flood in a 4, which I think is a nice, I think that's nice. Another, anything Topps Venezuelan in a, even a 3 or above, that's, I feel like that's a collector's grade for these Topps Venezuelan cards. They are hard to come by. Hard to find, very expensive. 67 Ernie Banks, got a 5. Happy about this one. This was, I believe, a PSA reject for a miscut. But again, SGC believes that this is worthy of a straight grade. So 5. Okay, Lou Brock, 67, got a 6. This was a PSA minimum size rejection. So really happy to see this in a 6. Nice card, nice eye appeal. Decently centered, I would say. This is, Bobby Mercer rookie, or well, I think it's a second year card technically. This was a PSA minimum size kickback. Got a 7, near mint. Happy with that. Better than just an A. And speaking of A's, authentic for this Willie Mays. This is a sharp card, and it's decently centered, but it's smaller left to right. The card's a little thin, I guess you could say. Again, not sure what to do with that card either. We'll see. RBI leaders, 7, near mint. Triple Hall of Famer card. I like these multiplayer cards, so getting a triple multiplayer, triple Hall of Famer, you can't beat that in my eyes. Yaz, Killebrew, Robinson. Awesome. Just awesome. Gotta love that. Reggie Jackson, this is his rookie. 2.5. Excuse me. As you can see, corners are quite rough. But this is an iconic card, and I'm happy with 2.5. That's great. 2.5 on the Reggie rookie. What do we got here? Another Catfish Hunter card. 6.5 on this 69. This is another card that is miscut, but again, for one reason or another, it was deemed worthy. This card is too wide. It measures wide this way. The card is thicker than it should be. 6.5 though. So obviously happy about that. Blyleven rookie, 71 Topps in a 3. Again, I was kind of just testing the waters for how SGC would grade this 71 issue. Oh, this is another disappointment. Authentic. Yes, the card is slightly on the small side for this Fisk rookie, but it's by no means, super small. It is just cut on the small side. It was given the dreaded A for authentic. 73 rows. Got a 4.5. Nicely centered card there. Not the sharpest corners, so I believe that's a fair grade. 75 McCovey. Got a 7. Awesome. Got a little ding down here, but still a nice 7. Okay, moving on here. Oh, this one. Walter Payton rookie. Got a 1.5. I figured this card would get an authentic. But it got a 1.5. So Sweetness rookie here. Iconic card. Certainly deserving to be, at rest in a holder. Walter Payton rookie 1.5. Harold Baines. This is his Topps rookie here. Got a 6. This was a PSA kickback for miscut. Let's see if I could get the focus moving here. So this corner, as you could see, it's not perfectly square. The corner goes up and to the right. But again, SGC decided that this one was still within some tolerance and got a 6. So happy with the 6 there. Ripken rookie, Future Stars, got an 8. Definitely a highlight in the order. I was anticipating more like a 7. But an 8, near mint to mint, SGC. Relatively nicely centered, but I just didn't think it had the corners for an 8. I was anticipating more like a 7. Okay, getting into some interesting cards here. Ricky Henderson. I wasn't sure how they were going to treat this. There's some staining, some residue. Got an 8.5. 81 Fleer. Most stolen bases in the AL, American League. Ricky Henderson, 8.5. Very pleased. Eric Dickerson rookie. This was a PSA kickback. 8.5. This was, no, I'm sorry. This wasn't a PSA kickback. This card I measured, and it was slightly small. But it got an 8.5. Wow. Can't complain there. Dickerson, rookie, 8.5. Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly, one of his rookies here, got a 6. This card definitely measured small. And you could see the gap in the holder here. But again, in this instance, it was deemed an acceptable cut. It was given a 6. Happy with that. Roger Clemens, one of his rookies here. This is the Donruss Leaf. Got a 5. I thought it would do a little better than that, but the centering top to bottom is not great. Another very condition-sensitive set here with the black borders. Moving along here. 85 Topps. This is another Roger Clemens rookie. Got a 6. Happy with this 6. There is something going on here on his chin. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Not sure what that is. So happy with the 6. Getting down to it here. Oh, this card. Bo Jackson. This is a record card. Longest home run in Royal Stadium, 1986. Got a gem mint 10. Bo Jackson, Donruss highlights. He hit a homer estimated over 475 feet, or traveled estimated 475 feet. And it got a 10. This card was slightly small by my measurement, but worthy of a 10. Just razor sharp corners, centered very nicely. A 10. So I think this is my first SGC 10. So happy with that. Last card. Bobby Bonilla. This is one of his rookie cards. Maybe not the best way to end, but got a 9. Another 86 Donruss, the rookies. Happy with that. There's a little bit of centering. It's off a little bit top to bottom. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. SGC second order in the books. I will. I'll keep everyone updated as far as what comes out of my discussion with SGC. I'll throw it in the comments or something. Hope you guys enjoy this SGC video. Hopefully got some PSA cards coming back soon. Until next time, Papa Rossi out of here, talking ball cards.